Good morning. Good morning. Go live. Thursday. Good morning, everybody. Are we there yet? Going live. Going live. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome to the SHAC. It's warming up in here. It certainly is. I've got the windows open, so the neighbours think I'm talking to myself, I think. But then that's what I am doing. Come on in. Is anybody there, or are you all in the garden? Are you all sitting in the shade where the sun is shining? It's very warm here in England, isn't it? Where is everybody else? Where are you? Is it lovely and sunny where you are? Come on in. Good morning. Bring in a tea. Bring a tea or a cold drink. Life is good. Life is good today. I've been up since 4 o'clock. I had to do the recordings for tomorrow's TV shows, and it was so hot in here yesterday afternoon. I thought it was unpleasant. It was really difficult, and I ended up with a banging headache. So I thought, there's a solution to that. I'm going to get up at 4 in the morning, and I'm going to do the demonstrations and the VTs even before we do the SHAC. So that's what I did. And actually it was glorious. At 4 in the morning, it's so lovely because it's still really light outside. Come on in. Good morning. Come on in. It's really light outside, and the bird song is amazing. So I've been here doing my VTs, and I finished them all. Boom. And I even had enough time to transfer them up to Hochanda and have a cup of tea. So life is good today. And it means that when we finish today, I'm off the hook, because I've done, apart from the newsletter for the design club and the blog, I'm done for today. That'll do me. All good, all good. Come on in, grab a seat. Day 4 in Hawaii. Wow. You know what's brilliant is because we're there virtually, it brings back all the memories for me, because we were there last year for my 60th, and it's really fantastic. We've had so much. I've had so much to think about and go back, and because I want to talk to you about it and share, and so I dig a little bit deeper, and I remember things that I had actually forgotten, and I bring them back to the surface. The memory is an amazing thing. So come on in. What's the time? It's 2 minutes to 10, and then we can begin. Lucy's in the building with you today. Lovely Lucy. So if you have any questions, then direct them at Lucy. I can't see the screen. I can just see a little bit of action. Starting to warm up in here now. I'm so glad that I did those recordings this morning at the other end of the day when it was nice and cool in here. It's great because I'm under the roof like this. I can open up. I've got windows, obviously, on both sides, and I open them up, and there's a lovely through breeze then. It's really cool. It's a nice little workspace. I'm very lucky. I'm ready to break out, though. I'm ready to break out. 1 minute to 10. I was speaking to Grace yesterday, and she said, when all this is over, Mum, because it was our anniversary yesterday, and she said, when all this is over, Mum, and we're allowed to move around freely again, we should go to Port Lim, because that's where we had our wedding in this zoo, right? And it was great because we stayed in a tree house. It was all very, very mad, really. Mad wedding. Who gets married in a zoo? And I thought, well, life is a zoo, and it sure is, ain't it? So I said to her yesterday, she said, when all this is over, Mum, we should go back. And I said, weekend in a tree house. She said, fantastic. This is FaceTime. And then I said, do you know what? When all this is over, how about a week in that villa in Maui, Lahaina? She said, cancel the giraffes, Mum. I didn't know that Lahaina was even on the options list. She said, forget Port Lim, Hawaii, here we come. And I tell you what, at this stage, I'm going to save up my shekels. And I think when all's said and done, what a lovely thing to look forward to. Anyway, yeah, we need things to look forward to, don't we? I do think so. It's not an entitlement. It's just, even if we don't get there, it makes me feel good that I'm thinking about getting there. It's 10 o'clock. Good morning. Come on in. Welcome to the SHAC. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. And today we're in Hawaii. In fact, we're in Maui, which is an island. And we're going to enjoy some island life today. So let's have a look. I haven't done any penning. In fact, I've been a little bit of a busy bird. But I did figure out what we're going to do today. So that's cool. Let's have a look. Are you ready? Am I going too fast? I'm in overdrive, you see. Chill. Come on. Chill, Barbara. Come back down to earth. That's better. I think you just got to know when to stop, haven't you? And breathe. That's it. Much better. Okay, let's have a look at what we're doing. Beach hat. I thought we'd have a look because yesterday we did palm trees, didn't we? And today I thought, what about a surf shack? Here we are in the shack. Let's do a surf shack. And so I've done a little beach hut, which is really pretty. And then I thought we could do some surfboards because they're really ornate and they are in effect an opportunity. Let me just come in tighter on this camera. Excuse the blur. Right, there you go. Let's have a little look. So that's easy. Look, we got, see the little fellas? Look, we've got little carrot characters surfing. It is like that, you know, there. So then we've got some, I left some of the surfboards empty, the two in the distance by the surf shack, and then the one at the front. See, it sits right on the edge of the photo. And I thought I did one with turtles and one just a go fast stripy one. And then there's a person standing by the water's edge. He's just spotted something in the distance and he's trying to figure out, yeah. So that's what we're going to do today. How does that sound? And we're also going to do this pattern down here. Oh, back to the big camera so that we can see this pattern there. So yesterday we did that weavy one, that wickery one down the bottom. And today we're going to do the one in the middle. Let me just come in tight. It's like arrows. Do you see? It's cool. It's a nice. And then tomorrow we'll do the one with the surf. Look, the one above. I looked these up. I didn't make these up. I looked them up. These are actually Polynesian, Hawaiian designs. And I thought it would be nice to do that. So that's what we're going to do today. Oh, I've got cramp. Okay. So how do you feel about starting? I think it would be a good idea to do the, should we do the pattern? Let's do the pattern, shall we? Or should we do the, yeah, let's do the pattern and then we'll come back to the hut, the shack. Okay. So pattern first. And what I thought I would do, I haven't, unfortunately, I didn't have time, forgive me, I didn't have time to transfer my work to the paper. But I will this afternoon. I'm going to sit in the shade under the umbrella in the garden and I'll catch up with you. I'll catch up with you. So let's have a look. This is the one we're doing now, this one here. So I can do it on this page, no problem. And then you'll see it. And then perhaps if we get time and we do the hut, we could do a little bit of penning, couldn't we? So let me get my pencil. Which one am I going with? I'm going with my H. HB, all you need is a pencil and a bit of paper, you know that. Right, let me just sharpen this up a little bit. So I'm coming in for the pattern now. Right, let me just get ready. Perhaps what we could do is come in a little tighter. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, let me just come in a bit tighter on the top camera because it's still set at telly distance. Let's have a look. That's it. How's that sound? That's better, isn't it? Does the sound okay? Can you hear me all right? Can you hear me all right? Let me just... Give me a sign that the volume's okay. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make these little arrows, right? But what I thought would be really nice is if they come like from, let's do it on a clean, let's do it on the top one so you can see, so it's not busy with the other one. It's the one in the middle we're doing, right? It's the one in the middle, there, like so. See, that was the thing. If you just step away for a minute and you can see now, look, this is all pattern, all pattern, all pattern. So by the time, see, you're tightening it up, aren't we? It's really cool. So the only open space left is this little area here. I'm leaving that open. I'm going to sleep on that. When in doubt, hang about. So we're just building our picture. We're drawing the photos as we put them in. This one at the front, then the second one, then the third one. But now let's do this pattern. So what I need, if you've got a ruler, you ready to start? Come on, let's get going. And if you've got a ruler, put a little dot. It's at the halfway mark. Here, look, halfway in this area, because we're going to make a line right from one end to the other, straight through the middle. And it's just going to, excuse my head, let me come into this camera so that I can get right over the artwork, like so, and make sure that there we are, like that. And then I'm going to make a really faint though, because I'm going to rub it out once we've penned. Really faint. It's just for, if I got this in the right place, it looks a bit, I bet in a minute I have to do it again. Just doesn't look right. Let me just check. Oh yeah, no, bang in the middle. What am I talking about? Right, so what we've got now is a line right down the middle, like so. So when you look at the pattern, let's see if we can see it better from above. Right, this pattern here, what you can see is it's like a spearhead on top of a spearhead, on top of a spearhead, on top of a spearhead, on top of a spearhead. It's just all the way up. So it's the one in the middle, but we're going to start in the centre and we're going to work our way out. So you see, my thoughts on this are, it looks nicer, apart from anything else. But do you know, like when we did, like here we've got these lovely hibiscus flowers, haven't we? But when we were in Holland, do you remember we did the buttons and the coins and the discs? See, this would be a beautiful pattern if you put a disc in the middle, or let's say in the corner, maybe you get what I'm saying, and then you bring the arrows away. So this is what we're going to do now. And let me just get my eye in, and then let me just think it through for a minute, and then you can join in. But I just want to get my eye in first. Let me get that out of the way. Right, so the way, because if I get it wrong to start with, then the whole thing's going to go badoof. Right, so let's make a V. Let's get the angle. Right, we'll get the V like that. It needs to be, see, the V needs to be decent. If the V, that's a good start, great. You want to get quite a sharp V. That's better. Like that. Right, that's more like it. Okay, so I'm eyeballing the whole thing. Right, we're not going to, but it's the centre line. So then I'm going to come down here and go back out again. It's all right, it's only while we're, and then up there. And then come down, and there's the next one. Let's just get away from the photo edge. It'll be easier once we get away from the photo edge. I need to lean on something. My hands are so sweaty. Right, and then, right, watch. Once you get into the swing of it, so you put two little dots on the side, then you go out to the edge, like that. Then you make a dot up there. It's up to you how long you want your arrows to be, or your spearheads, like that. See? That's a little bit extreme, Barbara. Right, that one. So you do a dot there, dot there. So that's where you're going to come out. And oh, don't wreck your masterpiece. Right, and then another dot up there, and then up you come again, like that. See? And then another one there. It's all right. Once you get in the groove, it's fine. Once you get in the swing of it, it's all right. Dot up there, and then like so. Nice. Got it? So it's dot, dot, side to the side, to the top, and then bring the arrow down. This is a nice pattern. It's authentic. I didn't make this one up. This is a proper, where am I going? All right, yeah. This is a proper Polynesian design. I love it. You see it in a lot of places. There you go. Take your time. It's not a rush. You can make it tighter. It's up to you. There you go. Can you feel the relax? See, as soon as I start and I know where I'm headed, I can relax. When I don't know where I'm going, God, it's the same in life, isn't it? Gosh, if you don't know where you're going, oh, neighbour's just fallen over. If you don't know where you're going, of course you're going to get anxious. You know? As soon as I've got a plan, like this morning, well, last night actually, I was too tired and hot and bothered to prepare this, what we're doing today, right? The SHAC. I knew what I was going to do, but I was just too wiped out. So I thought, oh God, and then in the morning I'm going to have to get up and I'm going to have to do this and I'm going to have to do that. And I just accepted the fact that I was going to get up in the middle of the night and I was going to do these VTs for the telly, and then I was going to work out what we were going to do. And I was anxious until, isn't it funny, until I'd figured out what our hut looked like. And as soon as I knew what the hut looked like, I was chilling, just like that. And that's like life, really. As soon as you know what you're doing, nothing to worry about, is there? Got a plan. You've got a plan. And I think that's a lot of the reason why so many of us, and I include myself in this, are really benefiting from the SHAC, because it takes the thinking out of it. You don't have to think about what you're going to do. Just, 10 o'clock, that's it. Get your paper. You know where we are because you know where you were yesterday. And I think one of the things that is important too is I'm going to be here. I'm not going to let you down. I'm going to be here. And, come what may, you don't have to worry about that. That's my worry, not your worry. And I think that contributes a lot. Cool, that was a bit of luck. Woohoo! Fits. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? I like that. See, and then, what you're going to do then, but we don't even have to do it yet, is make a little flick. This is going to be the pen, this little flick here. But it's not going to be all the way up the arrow. It's just that little front end bit. See, just a little up to here, like that. Like as if the thing was really sharp. Like halfway. So should we do the other side as well? Because we've got to fight the bamboo now. I've done a lot, We really have. Aloha, we did the cursive writing. Then we did the bamboo. It's cool. Then we did the hibiscus. That was easy, wasn't it? Drawing around her. Did we draw around that? I think it was that. Yeah, there you go. So you draw around that and you make the little marks, don't you? So that must have been Tuesday. And then yesterday, Wednesday, we did the palm trees. And palm trees and the little boat. And this pattern, didn't we? The weave. And so today we're doing this pattern and the shack, the surf shack. And then tomorrow, and I've got all day to figure it out, I'm going to do that one. I was thinking, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. I just hope I can figure it out for us. Right, bum. Right, so now we're going to do this side. Okay, so once again, I'm going to start. You start where you like, really, can't you? Right, so if that's going to be, is that right? That'll do. Right, just get it going. Okay, I'm on the middle line. Are you ready? And off we go again. So they've got to be the same size. So let's make the dot so we don't go suddenly go XL. Right. Here we go. Nice. How you doing? Drinking lots of water? Got to look after yourselves, you know. Got to take care. One day at a time. That's all you've got to do. Just worry about today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Worry about the week. Don't worry about the weekend. So let's sort today out today. And then tomorrow, we'll sort tomorrow out. And so that way, today, if today is all you've got to focus on, and today is a day that you're going to see if you can have the best day possible, right? The best day that you can have, the best Thursday that you can think of having. Think of all the things, think of a couple of things that you really fancy doing, you know? And enjoy today. Enjoy today. Now we're getting into this. Oh, hello. What's that? Is that a... So if that comes up there like that. Okay. That goes like that. And then it starts to get a bit moshy, doesn't it? Is that a leaf? Oh, yeah, okay. So that's like that. And then that goes like that. That comes like that. And then we're going to do another... That was like that. Then we'll do another one like that. Just got to pretend now. That's actually got to be the centre there. So it comes... okay. Trigger. That's it. And then off we go again. It's not bad. It's getting in behind the... It goes to there. What do I think? That's a... In we go like that. Bit of continuum. Don't know now. Losing it a bit. Don't get all impatient now. I can hear Roz going, oh, I can't be doing with this. And I'm thinking the same thing, but come on. Attention to detail. It's the little things that gives us pleasure. Right, okay, that'll do. Doesn't that look pretty? Looks like one of those leather belts that you buy. You know? That you buy your husband and he never wants to wear it because it looks too feminine for him. Right. Oh. Right, cup of tea. It's getting very warm in the SHAC. It's all right. We like the heat. We like the heat, don't we? Can you hear me all right? Did I just lose you? Oh, I hope not. I hope I haven't lost you and just been waffling away to myself the whole time. That would be upsetting. Lucy, can you hear me all right? Okay. Right. So we've done our pattern there, haven't we? And we've done our pattern there. So that's an easy catch up. And now we're going to learn how to do a grass hut, basically, a beach hut. They're everywhere. They would be, wouldn't they? They use old palm fronds and they make the roof. It's an island. It's island life, you know, and mostly barefoot, flip-flops at best, because if you go into town, the tarmac gets so hot, like really hot, and so you can't go barefoot on the tarmac. It's very, very hot, and the sand also. So you walk in the water and you walk barefoot. But you always have a pair of flip-flops handy, just so you don't burn the soles of your feet, because that hurts. Been there, done that. Do you remember that film, 10? Oh, what was the name of the actor? He's not with us anymore. Blooming funny. And he was jumping from towel to towel. He was kicking sand in everybody's face. Dudley Moore. Peter Cook and Dudley. It was Dudley Moore. With Bo Derek, with the beads in her hair. I don't know if you remember that. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. And he was on the sand. He was walking down, trying to be all demure because he was walking towards Bo Derek. And then suddenly the pain threshold got too much, and he was like, and he started going faster and faster. And then he was just jumping, and all these people were lying there sunbathing, and he was jumping on their towels as he was getting down to the water. I think that's how it went. I remember thinking, I feel your pain, mate. I understand. Very funny. I love that kind of real situational humour, don't you? Anyway, it's getting hot in here. Come on. Let's get on with this little fella, shall we? So let's have a look, and we're going to put the beach hut in. He's easy once you get a structure going. So I thought what we'd do is, if you have a look at what I've done, right? Look, listen, if that's a palm tree, this is definitely a beach hut, isn't it? I started drawing it up here, and then I thought, no, it's starting to look, that doesn't look like a beach hut at all. It looks more like something coming out of St. Petersburg or the Taj Mahal. So I thought, right, we've got to change it up a little bit. So you can see here, if you look at it from that shape, see, it's great when I work on tracing paper like this, because it means that by the time I get to the real deal, I'm on it. Okay? So let's have a look at how you're going to, where you're going to put it. You probably want to do it on a bit of scrap first. Yeah? Do it on a piece of, well, it's up to you. I mean, you're only working in pencil, so it's not deadly, is it? So if I've got my lay in place, and I'm going to put my hut there. So I've got enough room to put a couple of surfboards in and a sun, right? So about there. So it's in the middle, basically, to the left. How's that sound? Yeah? So when you do the beach hut, first of all, get the roof in. That's the key. Just put the roof in first, and then we've got, let's call it 3/3. So you've got third 1, third 2. Let's look at it. I've deconstructed it for you, so it's easy to draw. So we're going to put the roof in, and then we're going to bring a little curve in like that. And then we're going to split it into 3/3. So it's 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. All right? And then that'll be easy then to split it up into the stilts. Because it does stand on stilts, so that if the water comes in, it doesn't get flooded, right? This is open here. That's on, you could crawl under there if you were so inclined. Right. You've got to use your imagination, guys. Okay, so let's put our beach hut in. So decide where the top is, decide where the base is, where the roof's going in. And you know what I always say, when you start drawing, sort of levitate over the page, levitate over the paper. So you kind of get your eye in and you know where it's going to go before you actually put the pencil down. So I reckon it's going to be about there, and it's going to come around like that, like that. It's quite a big one, isn't it? Okay. So get your hut roof in. Remember, it's made out of grass. Let me just check my size. Yeah, that'll do. Bingo. So you've got, it comes to a point and then it comes round like that. Right, and then it comes to a point and it comes round like that. There you go, that'll do. Okay. And then you're going to make a kind of a, so it's like a, well, it's easy, isn't it? And then you're just going to make a kind of a, like a pixie hat. There you go, look. Like so. Got it? Yeah. Still on it? Have I got it right? Yeah, that's it. A bit lower down. But that's all right. That works. Oh, hello. Okay, so then we've done that. And then, because you've got to kind of draw it as if it was, you can't draw it on a slant. You're drawing it as if that's the base. So the water, if you like the skyline is up here. The water's up there. There you go. Let's put that in. That'll make you feel better. There you go. Then all of a sudden, it's got some kind of orientation. Okay? You cool with that? Right, and then you see, so then the sand, this is the water, and the sand is, this is it here. So the waves are lapping up here, and this is the water bit. Sky, water, land. Sky, water, Pacific Ocean, sandy beach. Right, so we've done that, got that. This will work. Then we're going to, let's break this down into 3/3. So that will do. 1, 2, 3, like that. My suggestion is, right, so that you don't get confused, you need to put some stairs in. So we're just going to make the entrance for the stairs, and then we can build off that, right? So we're going to put those stilts in next. So the first stilt, look, the first stilt comes off this side here. So you're just going to make a little door there, really. Okay? It's all right when you break it down, isn't it? So let's have a look. So we put that one in there, and we're just going to make a little door. Right, that's the first one. I reckon that'll probably work, wouldn't it? Like that. Right, that's the door, like so. Okay. Look. Door. Yeah. Then we're going to need a trapeze like this. This is going to, health and safety. So let's have a look. So you've got the door like that. Right, let's not worry about that. That's all we need for now. Let's get the rest of this sorted out. Right, so then come round this way, like that. Let's get this bit done. It's quite a big door, isn't it? It's okay. And then we're going to come in here and come in there, because it hangs over. The grass hangs over the edge. Right, and it goes around the outside. Right, so come in like that and come in like that. Okay, and now we've got sections. So this is section 1, section 2 and section 3. So then we're going to make a divider there. So it looks a little bit further away. A divider there. So that's another stilt. This is a stilt. This is a stilt. Stilt. Door. Stilt. Right, and then this bit, we've got another one there. So that's 1, 2. And then that's quite a big one, isn't it? That's the front. That's the main window. Right, there you go. That'll do. It's only a grass hut. Okay, so now we want our stilts. So let's just pretend that they're that long. There you go. So you're going to go like that, and then they'll be a little bit shorter as you go up the back, because it's going round, isn't it? So there you go. So you've got your stilts in. That's it. I reckon it's going to work well. Right, sketchy. It always looks better if you sketch it. And then halfway around this bit. So how are you doing? Have you got that yet? Does it look like that? That's not bad, is it? 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Door here. And then we're going to put in the balcony. Door, balcony, going round. Right, so this is where you want to get in this bit. You've got to get in somehow, haven't you? So here, what we'll do here, look, let me show you. We're going to build let me do it on this one, it's probably easier for you to see. Right, now the door's the key, and walking up the stairs. So you've got that bit now. Right, so we've got that bit there, right? And then from here, you've got that bit. That's the stairs, right there. So then there, you need the trapeze bit. So that's there. That's it. You see? So then the stairs are in here. And they're bits of wood, right? They're not stairs. They're just planks, like that. It's a shack. And then you're going to have that bit there, because you need to nail them to something. Right, I know all the husbands are going, oh, it wouldn't last 5 minutes, this construction. Well, it's a picture. Right, there you go. So lots of nails, lots of tacks. But look, we've got a door. We can get in now out of the sun. Ha, ha, ha. Look, it's cool, isn't it? Right, we'll do that. And then the next thing we want to do is the front bit. So let's have a look. Don't worry about the stilts yet. We're going to do the front area, because otherwise you just fall straight through. You couldn't take any children in here, could you? So let's make a banister. There you go. Banister next. Nice. Like that. Can you hear that bird? I wonder what that is. Okay. Stilts. A little bit of shadow. That looks more authentic then. Right. Is your hut looking like a hut yet? Okay, so we've got a banister, and then we've got the floor in as well. Let's get the floor in. So that's another piece here. This is not dissimilar, is it, to what we do up the top, right? So we get the floorboard in, that plank. Right, that's in there as well. Don't forget, this is a side. This is, there you go. Right, okay, that's got to think about what to do with that. Right, let's do something ornate at the front. So we'll go in the middle like this, and we'll, what could we do? Okay, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And then this one will go like that. There, doesn't that look good? Hey, now it's starting to look like a grass hut. Right, so you're going to go from that down to the corner, that down to the corner, and then that goes that way, and then these bits go this way. And you just got to go with the fact that it's getting tighter, because it's obviously, there you go, just nice, sorted. This one's a little bit busy, but you just, it's the same as, it's the palm tree kind of thing, and you just got to go with it, Roz. It's all right. I'm getting to know you guys. I know some of you are worrying about us stopping this. I spoke to Grace about it yesterday, and she said, no way, why would you do that? I said, well, exactly, why would you stop? If people are still enjoying it and they're benefiting from it, then I'm not going to stop it. There you go. And you know what? Sometimes it may not be an hour. Maybe it'll be 45 minutes or 40 minutes. But as long as we all get together, it all goes back to what I was saying earlier about you've got somewhere to go. Even if we get together and we don't hang out for a whole hour because I've got to go to a meeting or I've got to do something else. But, you know, I can plan my days around you. That's not, it's okay, you know. It's all right. Don't worry about me. I'll worry about me, you worry about you. And let me worry about you as well. That looks really cool. How does yours look? Is it working? I'm pleased with that one. Let's have a look up close, see if it looks any better up close. Right, okay. You got a hut like that? Cool, you wish. It looks like a bandstand. It's okay. When we put the grass roof on, it will look like a hut and not a bandstand, all right? Can you imagine a bandstand on the beach in Hawaii? Nice, huh? Okay, so we've done that now. And then the straw or the fronds, right, really it's just a question of, I would turn it round like this, and then I would just do that, and then go again. Because that's all it is really, isn't it? It's just, and then again. They do tend to hang over the edge like grass. Well, they would, wouldn't they? That's it. I'm going to work out tonight, before we get together again tomorrow, because we're going to pen this tomorrow, and I've got to work out what the best look is to get a proper. I mean, actually, somebody, Pat, made a suggestion today, and I'm thinking that this might be it's a suggestion, okay? So instead of going to the postcards next week, what do you think about, because we've drawn all this, by tomorrow, we will have drawn all this together, all week. We will have doodled our own art, won't we? And I was just wondering, see, the only thing is, there's two schools of thought on this. Jury's out. See, if we colour all this in, then that's great for all of us that did this. But I do know that there's a fair portion of people who don't do the doodling, but they're more for the colouring. So, do you see, Pat? It's great for people who've done this, But then for people who are waiting patiently until we get the colouring out again, that's going to be like, are you kidding me? I've just spent 10 quid on these postcards and now you're going to colour in your SHAC. So maybe we stick to the plan. Maybe we stick to the plan, we do postcards. How about next week, because I know you want to do the owls. Should we do the owls next week? Yeah. Come on then. All right, forget that idea. You get what I mean though. You get it, don't you? We could always, look, there's me doing, we could always do the second hour. No, we can't do a second hour. But we could always hang out around the weekend and, yeah, let's do that. Right, those of you who want to colour this in, let's do it over the weekend and let's just show our work on Clarity Worldwide and, yeah, let's do that. And then next week we'll stick to the plan and we'll stick to the postcards. Because I do know there'll be a load of people going, I didn't want to do that, I want to do that. Which just goes to show you can please some of the people all the time and all the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. And I learnt that the hard way. Right, SHAC. Back to the surfer. Right, so now what I want to do is put in should we do the surfboards? Surfboards are a piece of cake. They're up and back down again. Okay, so quite big. I tell you what, they are big when you stand next to them. So I reckon that you probably want to put 3 in. I reckon we'll put 2. Let's start up here. Just get it. They're not pointy, but they're sort of round but pointed, if you know what I mean. They've definitely got a front end. Right. How about that? Just like that. That's quite a good shape. You'll know when you've nailed it. You see, the thing about the surfboards is, want them to, they're not going to touch each other because they're really expensive. Right, that went up too high. Thing about doing 3 surfboards here is it's doodle opportunities, isn't it? Right, there you go. And then we'll come round here. We'll do another one there. Sketchy, till you're happy. That'll work. Nice. Get the sand out of there, There you go. And then we've got a third one in there behind. If you want to put one in, it's up to you. I did. You could. And then you could put another pattern in, couldn't you? It's up to you. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. Jury's out. And then we've got a couple of little ones up the back there. Or yeah, but no, but maybe I'll put another one in there. They do stand them in the sand like that. So they look like fins. There you go. And then you put a doodle in, right? So let's have a look. We could doodle a pattern in. This is quite a nice pattern, like that. And then the turtles. Oh, turtles. Yeah. So let's put the pattern in. Right, you ready for this? Just put a border in around there. God, my hands are so hot. There are a lot of surfers in Hawaii, okay? A lot of surfers. I mean, they live there. That's what they do. They surf. They get up in the morning and they surf. And they surf all day. And they are, that's what they do. It's their life. It's their passion. Like we're crafters, they're surfers. And that's all they do. They some of them, obviously people work and surf and surf. Some people work as well, but some surfers, that's all they do. They just want to catch the waves, and that's the way it is. And I remember meeting this chap on the beach, and he was obviously a proper surfer, right? I'm just putting a pattern in now. He was a professional surfer. There you go. And the thing about people in Hawaii is they're very friendly, you know, especially in Maui. Maybe not so much in Waikiki and that, but that's because it's all haoles. Haoles being the word. That's what Hawaiians. That's what the locals call white mainland Americans. And yeah, so haoles. There you go. That's it. That's a nice word, isn't it? And so I met this chap, and he was very friendly. I've put the line in the wrong place. And he'd obviously just come in because he was wet. And we got talking, because he was as brown as a berry. Young fella, he could have been, I don't know, 30 odd, something like that. And, you know, he got to telling me about, he was obviously, that's what he did for a living, it was his passion. And I was curious, so I asked him, you know, about what he got up to. And he said, oh, it's been a hell of a week because it's hurricanes. And because we've had some big hurricanes coming through, that brings the sharks in. I went, right, okay, great. Now you tell me, right? So he says, yeah, and they do, the surfers, they speak, they have a whole other language, right? So this chap's telling me about these, he's been out there, and he said, and I was riding this wave, and you know, and it was huge, and it was early in the morning, and he said, and then, oh, hang on, let's do the turtles. He said, and then out of the corner of my eye, I see the biggest, I can't tell you the language, right? This bloke, it was obviously a lot of adrenaline. There was a lot of expletives, so you just add them in as you feel necessary, right? But so he's telling me about this. He said, out the corner of his eye, he said, so I see this fin, right? And I'm just about to get in the curl, you know, like the tube, right? And he says, and then I see this fin coming at me from this side. Bearing in mind, he was one of the top 10 surfers in the world, like ranking, okay? He said, I've never seen a fin like it. He said, well, this is one of the biggest I've ever seen. So he said, and I thought, holy mother of God, I'm done. Bearing in mind, I did notice that he had a bit of a scar here anyway, like a serious scar. And I thought, because some people just don't learn, do they? So, yeah. So he says, I've got to tell you this. And then, so he says, so this fin, he says, if there is a God, help me now, right? And he said, all of a sudden, the tube just disappeared. The big wave that this shark was coming in on just suddenly disappeared, which happens sometimes. And he said, and I started swimming, and on the board, you know, like legs up, and then, because what they say to you is, whatever you do when you're surfing, or try not to look like a seal, right? He didn't have all the black, the wetsuit on, so he looked a little bit less like a seal. But they said, don't let your feet hang in the water. And so he said, I was swimming, like, you know, and I was going for the shore, and he said, and I got out, and he said, I didn't know where the fin was, I didn't know where the shark was. So he was quite exciting, and I was thinking, I think it's a swimming pool day today. While he was telling me, I was thinking, I ain't going in there today, right? That sorted that out. And I thought, wait till I tell Grace, because she's got a real phobia of sharks. She's got an obsessional phobia, right? She's got an app on her phone that tells her where the nearest shark is. She lives in Brooklyn, for crying out loud. But she'll tell you exactly where there are sharks near Brooklyn. Anyway, so this guy says, and then he says, there is a God. I get to the beach, and I get and the shark's not there. But as I'm getting out of the water, this dude is going in, right? He's going in. So he's already too far for me to shout. So I give him the sign, right? And the sign is that, apparently, right? To us, this is the royal wave if you do that, right? But apparently that means shark, right? In surfer dude speak. So he said, so I'm going to this guy, I'm going, hey man, and I'm doing the surfer dude thing, right? Shark attack, shark alert. And he says, the guy's not watching me, the guy's waving at me. And I thought, well, maybe he's English, maybe he doesn't understand your speak, right? Maybe he's waving at you. Poor Brit abroad, you know what I mean? Idiots abroad. Didn't learn that in the handbook. Just did the basic course, didn't learn the shark course, right? So he says to me, the guy, I said, well, what happened then? Is he here? Is he alive? Is he dead? What's going on with the man? You know, he said, I don't know. I don't know, ma'am. I thought, great. So I was standing there thinking, yeah, definitely a swimming pool day today. Must get home, must tell the guys, we'll leave it today because there's lots of sharks. Because this guy says to me, I never seen so many sharks in the water. I thought, great. There you go. The 1 week we're in Hawaii, they've got a shark alert. Cool. Then he says to me, then he hands me a business card. I kid you not, right? He hands me a business card and he says, if you're interested, or you and your family are interested, I do basic surfing classes. I said, listen, mate, I said, you must be joking. You're going to have to work on your marketing strategy a bit. I took it and it was like, I don't know what his name was. It was really cool. It was like Surfing Jack or something. Anyway, Surfing Jack, whatever. There was no way, not in a month of Sundays, I was getting in that water. And so, but they don't care, The sharks are a part of. They just get in and keep going, And just remember, so if you ever do go, just remember that's the sign. And if somebody starts doing that, start heading, get your feet out of the water, get on the board, like try not to look like a seal, and get back on the boat or get to the shore, right? Just saying. I know. Yeah. Would we like to do a basic course? I mean, please. Turtles. Should we do the turtles next? Where's my little turtle pictures? Here you go, look, little turtles. Ready? So what we'll do is we'll do 4 turtles. There's one there. We'll do it a little bit bigger. Next circle. Another one, a little bit bigger. Next circle. These are turtles, by the way. And then we'll do a great big one down there, like that. Turtle, 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 turtle. Right? And then what we'll do is we'll give them a head. So you've got a circle. Give them all a head. Like that. A little bit bigger as it comes down. These are a piece of cake. Can you see this all right? Let me do it a little bit heavier so you can see it. So, right, next story. Right, so you've got a turtle. Yeah, turtles. Okay, so we go to Molokai. You have to get on a boat. It's quite expensive. But we've got, and again, you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Right, legs. They've got a very special shape. And they kind of go up and down like that. You can't see it. Like little wings. Let me do it on a big piece of, look. Let me do it on a big piece of paper. If I do it in large, right, so if that's let's do it in large. If that's the turtle, and that's his head like that, right? So the turtle like that, isn't it? It's that kind of shape. It's not round really, but that'll do. And then his legs are like that. That's what his legs are like. These front ones are like that, okay? And then the bottom ones, they're not quite the same. They're a bit more like that. Can you see it? It's obvious, isn't it? So you can do that one like that. They make it a bit more pointy. It looks like he's got flip-flops on. Like that. There you go. That looks more like it. There. I mean, it's a bit hit and miss here. He's got a little tail as well. Like that. There you go. Turtle or no turtle? Right. So we go to Molokai. Let's put these on here now. We go to Molokai. You get a boat and off you go. And then Molokai is a beautiful island. Tropical fish, all that snorkeling stuff. That's what we went off to do that. And then we saw the turtles. It was beautiful, beautiful. And they're huge. I mean, there are different size ones, but some of them are like massive, huge. Some of them you could put like that, the body, shell, and then you get these great big, beautiful turtles. So there we were. I have to tell you, this was prior to the conversation I had with the surfing dude, SHAC Jack, right? That cured me. I spent a lot more time in the swimming pool after talking to him. Okay. So we've done the tropical fish, and then we're at the turtles now. Lovely turtles, and we're swimming with the turtles, and you think, it doesn't get better than this. This is paradise, right? And then we're getting back on the boat, because remember, you have to get on a boat to get to turtle zone, right? The turtles don't come in that close, although I have seen them up on the beach. Not on the beach, but, you know, near the beach. Anyway, so, oh, he's got no legs. So as we're getting on the boat, and I was like one of the last ones to get on the boat, and there was young girls, and, you know, they were kind of shepherding us and making sure that none of the tourists got, you know, strayed too far and that kind of thing. There you go, isn't that lovely? And then we could put a little edge around the ledge as well. Let's put a little border around as well. Give us something to colour in. So I get off. I literally am the last one. I think my brother was behind me. I think my brother was the last one. He was shepherding us. He was getting us all onto the boat. So Steve was the last one on the boat, and I was the penultimate one. And then suddenly, the girl who was helping us, well, language again, right? And she was just like, oh my God, get in the boat, get in the boat, panic. And we were like, what's going on? Get your feet out of the water, ma'am. This is me, right? So I'll quickly get your feet out of the water. And then she came out, right? And she was, and seriously, I know I'm killing the tourist trade in Hawaii here, but you got to know these things, right? So she's come out and she's got a massive welt, like red, and it's starting to bleed, okay? And you think, now what? What was in the water? And then I looked over the side, and all you could see were these jellyfish, huge jellyfish. There was like a whole swarm of them, and we just missed it by that much. She got caught because she was the last one in, and she had it on her leg and on her arm. It was really rough. Sheila, you were there, you remember. Do you remember? She really hurt herself, didn't she? And yeah, Portuguese man of war, blooming jellyfish. They can pack a punch as well. So, as I was saying, the swimming pool, fortunately, this villa had a swimming pool, and we got a lot of use out of it, didn't we, Sheila? I tell you what, I don't think I ever saw Sheila in the Pacific further than up to her knees. No, that's not true. We did go in, didn't we, Sheila? But it was a bit of a, you know, it's one of those places which, right, should we do a little sun? It's one of those places where you just have to have a bit of respect. You know, one of the locals said to me, if you knew what was lurking in the water, you'd never get in there. And I thought, well, that's handy, because that was what the bloke said that was exactly what the surfer dude said. There. And then, right, where did I put where's my original? Oh, yeah. So we got our little characters. Have we got time? Let's have a look. Look, I did a couple of little carrot characters. You see them? You know, we did these before. But so what we're going to do now is, look, so they're on a board, but when they kind of bend over, so they're not carrots really, they kind of bend over. Look, I'll do it on a bit of scrap, and then you can put them in afterwards. I mean, I don't know how good this is going to be, but say that's a board now. It's a big wave, right? It's buried in the water anyway. But he sort of stands, and he's got like an angle like that, right? If you think about it, this leg's like that, and then this leg's like that, isn't it? Right? Because he's balancing. So he's got, I'm going to do it real extreme so that you can see it. And then he's leaning over like that, and then his arms are out to balance him. So he's like that as well, right? You can see him already, can't you? And then he's got a head like that. Look, boof. And in he goes. He's got a bigger head than that. That's a bit worrying. Right. Anyway, so now what you got to do is make him a little bit smaller and get him in there. Because he would knock everything out of whack if you put him in that size. So you're going to put a little guy there on a surfboard. And then you're going to put another one. There you go. One there. One he's fallen off. This one. Look, and there's a little shark. Little shark, huge shark. Right, let's have a look. I'll leave you to enjoy putting these little fellas in. Let's get up tight, see if you can. Excuse me. There they are, look. See the shark fin? I don't know, I've never seen the film. So the music freaked me out too much. I never got to the film. But apparently the shark looks really plastic compared to what we get nowadays. Jaws, that's the name of the film, isn't it? Yeah. There you go. I've never seen it. But I did see a documentary, and I saw the fin that they used, and the dummy shark. It was pathetic, wasn't it, compared to what we have now? It's almost a comedy. Anyway, I've enjoyed today. I hope you have. We've done, oh, do you know what we do need to do? Is make a little sign on our shack. We need to put a little sign that says Surf Shack. Got to call it a shack, not a hut. It needs to say shack, because that's who we are. So anyway, that'll do for today. We've done turtles in Molokai. We've done sharks in Maui. We've done a surf shack with my surfing buddy, the Jack Shack. And tomorrow, I was thinking we could do a little bit of, we could sing a song together, if you fancy it. And I'll try and get those grass skirts mastered by tomorrow. We'll do the third photo. So do the third border. Well, no, we're going to do it together tomorrow. Don't have to worry about that. Don't worry. Be happy. It's all going to be fine. And Lucy, thank you so much for your help. I hope that everybody enjoyed this hour. And stay safe. Stay in the shade. Drink lots of water. Be sensible. And I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. Same place, same time. Bye-bye now. Lots of love.